Doc Allen podcast. I'm excited to welcome to the world Doc Allen Lindemann. Doc, what's going on, man? How are you?
We're doing really well here, Neil, and you?
Fantastic. We are in a monumental podcast 200. You know what? Not a lot of people do 200 podcasts, so congrats, Doc, about that achievement. And we're going to celebrate that next week on a Facebook live presentation to celebrate something such an amazing feat that you've been able to have 200 podcasts, Doc.
Well, thanks, Neil. I'd like to make it 200 more, so we're on our way.
I'd say let's make it 1,000 more, so that'll be much easier. So our topic today is failure to progress in labor. What is failure to progress in labor?
Well, first of all, you have to have labor. So you have to have a cervical dilatation that's at least 5 centimeters and some contractions that have caused that dilatation. So it would then require that either the contractions stop or the cervix just simply fails to dilate for some other reason, but most likely it would be inadequate contractions.
What if my cervix doesn't dilate past 3 centimeters?
Well, a couple different things. It might mean that you were never in labor. On the other hand, it could mean that you're in early labor, or it could mean that you're in false labor.
What is false labor?
Well, years ago, we thought it was really just some labor that didn't ever get started. But I think actually it has more to do with what we term in medical language as prodromal labor or pre-labor.
How do I know whether my labor is real or false?
The hallmark of real labor is regular contractions. That means much more than pains, or the quality of the pain or the quantity of the pain, and certainly contractions every 4 to 9 minutes, even if they're painful, would be less effective and less indicative of real labor than regular contractions, say every 4 minutes.
Why do my contractions stop when I go to the hospital?
Well, I would say, years ago, we would tell our moms that they came and the moms who came in and their labor stopped, we'd say, oh, well, you really weren't in labor, you were just hallucinating. But actually, I think it's more likely that the things that occur in the hospital stop the labor. For example, the bright lights, the cold beds, the cervix checks, the IV, the lots of people milling around, all of those things stop labor. Take, for example, labor has been going on for millions of years. So one of the things that stops labor is danger. Like a deer, if she's in labor and the hunter comes along, she'll stop her labor, she will get up and run away. So it has to do with fear. Fear will stop labor.
What do mothers need for successful labor?
Quiet, dark, comfortable, and warm. These things are really what makes labor work. So don't do anything that interferes with warmth, comfort, or quiet.
All right, the best place to go is worlddocallen.com. Appreciate it, Doc. Congratulations on 200th episode of World Doc Allen podcast, and take care, Doc.
Thanks a lot, Neil.